Choey and Jandler's the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Today will be our part 2 of what bothers Choey the most, what grinds his gears. In case you missed it throughout the earlier episodes, here we are just kind of rehashing some of his finer moments. So sit back, relax, and listen to him as he gets you spun up and laughing all at the same time.
All right, so welcome back to episode 11 of Choey and Jandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Jandler.
Welcome, Choey. Go ahead, start.
It's all good, though. All right, guys, welcome back from break. We're going to start off this segment with my segment of What's Chappin Choey's. So this is like a universal Chappin that will probably get every administrator's chat going, and every teacher's. And it's attendance.
Teacher attendance or student attendance?
Student attendance, like taking attendance. There you
go.
Sorry.
Taking it. Okay.
To make sure I clarify. Thank you for the clarifying question, sir. Taking attendance is just like a pain in the butt. So beyond belief, like, just make sure you just do it. It's not very hard. Like, don't count the number of kids on your roster and then look around and see the number of heads in your classroom and see, okay, well, which ones are missing? And then ask the kids who's missing from class. It's like a recipe for disaster. It really is.
What's a little bit different for you? So your teachers have to take attendance every period.
Yeah.
I have to take attendance one time a day, but like I thought you were talking about, so like for us, right? I got alarms set. Because if attendance isn't in by 9, I guess it's bad for state funding. Like if you turn it in late. So I'm trying to get it in on time. But like you can't turn it in too early. You can't turn it in too late. And I know a lot of times what happens at 9 o'clock, it's a busy part of the day. Excuse me, it's a busy part of the day. So it's like trying to remind myself, hey, step away real quick. Log it in the computer.
The thing is, so like we take attendance 9 times a day because they count our advisory periods and other attendance time. 9 times. You think taking it 9 times you'd be getting good at it, but we have some that just can't do it right. And this is like a universal, like ever since.
So they're marking people absent that are there, and people that are there absent.
Yeah. And it's just
or I said that wrong. Yeah. But you know what I mean.
And then it's like, okay, so you got 20 kids in the class. Who's missing? Well, who's gonna? Like, just look up and see. Count 20,
I am
20 or 25 kids.
They're like, I'm not here.
200 kids. We're not like it's not like some all inclusive or all like time consuming thing. Whatever you say, like tasks and you're like, oh my god, we got to stop time for 4 hours in order to take attendance. 30 seconds. So and so. You don't have to ask for, if you know your kids, or at least know the faces. You can look around. Oh, I see Jandler. I see Choey. Sounds good. Boom, boom, boom. I got people that are like, oh, I counted 20 heads and I know there's 20 on my roster, so I said they were all here. And then we got a kid who maybe is hanging out that's not supposed to be there. And it's like, dude, you just counted like.
I don't know what. Yeah, other than you said, I don't know an easy way than being like, hey, Jandler here.
Yeah,
it's Choey here.
But it's like 30 seconds to a minute. That's all it takes. Like like I said, 25, 30 kids max.
But I'm trying to think of like some of the things we've done digitally for younger kids. Like part of me is thinking like you could do it. They could do it like a Google Doc. That's time consuming.
Yeah. And
then you still got to go look at it and be like, you did it, you know?
Yeah. And it's just, Jesus, man. Like, so like when I go to like call a parent, I'm like, hey, Mrs. Bean, like Jandler's been skipping school like the last few days.
What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's there all the time.
And then I pull up here the attendance record and it's like, okay, well, you're present 2 periods here and 2 periods there every single day, but all the other ones are absent. And then you have to go back and ask the teacher, hey, did you... Oh, yeah, I messed up. That was my bad.
Yeah, when they mess up, can they fix it? Because there's times I've kind of people present that aren't here.
Yeah.
And I like kids, and I just go back and then I check it.
Well, you can fix it, but it's one of those things that... Why not just do it right in the first one? But again, it's one of those, like, I wish I could... Like, those are those things that are like those $1 million, like, #1 bestseller books that I would love to, like... Here's how you take attendance. Like operational type stuff where you're like, here's how you take attendance. Here's how you make sure that this happens.
Do you know what year it is, right, man?
Yeah.
It's almost fun. You don't need a book, you need an app.
Fine, whatever.
You design an app. Maybe, you know, It'd be awesome if you could link a QR reader code to the attendance book, grade book, whatever, right? And kids just scan it. Something like that.
I mean, you would think like there's got to be an answer out there somewhere that's like
super fast.
And I don't need to be like Bill Gates rich. Like I'm just talking like, you know, where I'm not looking at being a thousandaire anymore. Like make me $1 million and I'm good to go.
Not a little off topic now. You talk about money. Did you hear about that? The 49ers player that he retired because he sold a Pokemon card for $650,000, like almost $700,000. So apparently, like if I understand the article right, this dude's he's been trading cards and so I was like, that's his. I guess you can make similar money you were making in the NFL because he wasn't a superstar and you're not taking a pounding. So I'm just like, man, makes me think maybe I should be collecting cards and trying to sell them. You know?
Yeah.
I'd love $650,000. I'd stop teaching.
I'd still be on the bench for $650,000. Like, cause you make that, you figure minimum wage.
Football?
Minimum wage is like $350, I think. Like for the active roster.
But you got to worry about
the
physicalness. I mean, if it was basketball, yeah, I'll sit on the bench. I'll ride the plane. Baseball, yeah. I feel like in football, you have to worry about concussions and the ankle injuries and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, how many guys are getting hurt? Like when they're getting hurt is during games. Or during the training camp time. Other than that, nobody's getting hurt. Like how many people are really like blowing out a hamstring or a knee like during the week? They're not getting like that during the season.
And call them up. We'll find out.
Oh, give me
get to the bottom of this,
Roger. I need the stats on that. He's like, who the hell are you?
Call your boy Jerry.
I wish.
Lifetime Cowboy fan, Jerry. Need some help?
I've been like that for a long time, buddy. Can you just give me the numbers?
Nah,
I need it for my podcast.
Yeah, that sucks, man. No, but I know what you mean. All I can say is, I just know for me is like I'm really good at it now. But if something comes up right at 9 o'clock, it's gonna grab my focus.
But that 9 o'clock thing comes from like the district picking the time that they report to the state. So that's like a state thing. And the state, of course, the state knows everything. State knows all. What is that? The claw stays. The claw chooses who stays and who goes. Was that Toy Story, right?
Probably, yeah. I would not agree with the state knows all thing.
They'll hear us on the podcast. They'll figure out who we are. Just for the record, Jandler said that, not Choey.
Jandler. Any more beef? Are you good?
No, that's it.
I was running what movies you were going to ruin today. Like Titanic, Old Yeller, It's a Wonderful Life. You didn't bring any of that knowledge?
It's a Wonderful Life. It comes out good. Oh, you want to ruin Old Yeller? The dog gets shot. But then somehow it has a puppy. Like you never see it making the puppy. If the Old Yeller was like nowadays, you'd see it making that. Like
it's not some rated X movie, man.
Dogs are wrestling.
What's going on over there?
I tell you what, though, you want to hear another? Like, you got me started tangent.
What movie you're?
R.I.P.D. The one with Ryan Reynolds and one of the Bridges with Jeff Bridges.
No, R.I.P.D.
You never seen it? R.I.P.D. It wasn't a great movie, but they came out with a sequel that's on Netflix. Like they went straight to like Redbox or something. And I saw it on Netflix the other day because it's on Netflix now. And I was kind of like somewhat anticlimactic because it was like the beginnings.
Was it a prequel or a sequel?
Well, they didn't say it was a prequel, but like
you
when
figured
you watched
out it was a prequel.
You were like, "Oh, okay, this is the character that Jeff Bridges plays in the first one."
Right.
So it's like, well, of course, nothing bad's gonna happen to that guy.
You're like, damn it.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, everybody else up for grabs.
You're like, all the drama is gone.
It is. I mean, I'm gonna be like in a nursing home if I make it to be that old, and that's gonna be my thing. I'm looking.
So, and you never watched The Rings of Power, right? Because you refused
I kind of phased out. I mean, I watched some, but then I kind of phased out because I was like,
again, I know based on what you say, like I know how you'll feel about it. I'm just saying that, like, we learned who Sauron is, and it's like, oh,
yeah, but
a little surprising there. I didn't see it coming. I was like, what?
Also, it actually shows you who the dude is.
You meet him, and it kind of was like I said. I was just
like a character that becomes him.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to watch it then. Because I kind of phased out on it. Like, I like shows like that. I like like mysterious, like tell me stories and I like ancient time kind of crap.
That's not too much of a spoiler for people that might be listening, right? Because I didn't say who it was. I just say you learned.
You're like, yeah, it's so and so. Well, I don't have to watch it now.
Did you ever used to watch Mike and Mike? when Greenberg used to be on there with Golick.
I used to listen to it as I drove to work.
Yeah. Listen to watch. They had a remember when Herm Edwards used to like guest star and stuff, right? Near the end of Game of Thrones, like there was a Monday episode. So Game of Thrones came out Sunday. It was Monday, and Herm Edwards is on Mike and Mike being like, the bad guy's got a dragon now, and they were like, what? And they're like, dude, you don't tell people that like less than a day after the show came out. You gotta give people a chance to watch it, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand. I just point out logic. That's all I did. I point out logic, like you should know.
All right. All right. Welcome back to Choey and Jandler's super fun time, terrific happy hour. That's what happens when you have too much fun time, man. Forget how to talk. All right. I guess I got two things today. I'm gonna do one quickly, then your thing, and then we'll come joke with Janice at the end. But since it's near the holiday time, I'm gonna do our Christmas elf name. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I need your favorite color. Blue. All right. So since you're Choey, you are Buddy Stripey Tights. So from now until the end of the episode, you're Buddy Stripey Tights, okay?
Stripey Tights?
Stripey Tights, right? And I'll be Frosty Sparkle Pants. Buddy Stripey Tights. That's your Christmas elf name, just so you know.
Okay.
All right, you ready? You ready, buddy?
Sure, Frosty.
All right, go.
Oh, I'm gonna do my thing?
Yes, your thing now.
Okay, so then what would be like Busted Buddies?
It would be Buddy. This is
instead of Chappin Choey's.
This is what's Chappin Buddy Sparkle. Was Chappin Buddy Stripey Tights.
Tell you what. Instead of it's a special holiday version. Instead of Chappin Choey's A, it's Bustin' Buddies. Which I guess is a great segue, inadvertently. So thank you very much for that one, Frosty Sparkle Pants. Is that what it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like not there's anything wrong with that. I feel like we should have like some rainbow colors to go along with these names. But holiday parties, like I know you're talking about it a little bit before. At the end of the day, it is just a holiday party, and like some parents kind of get a little too crazy with stuff, and they bring their stuff.
You guys got holiday parties?
Sometimes we had some people like that don't let go, and like it is high school, man.
We didn't have one in high school, did we?
No, but I said parents that like want to bring like cupcakes or this or that, or why don't we do this and shut everything down and watch the Polar Express and have hot cocoa. And I'm like, dude, first off,
you're 18.
Yeah, it's an early out, man. Like, I want to get out too. Everybody's looking for 1 o'clock. Like, everybody's counting down the minutes. Like, the night before, you're counting down the minutes. You're like, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, everybody's rolling home. They're waiting for the principal to be like, all right, we'll roll home. See you, next year, so you can make the corny. I've been seeing you in a year joke.
Hey, I made that joke. I don't know why you gotta make fun of that.
I've done it before too, but it's a holiday party, and I get it. But it's almost like it's a holiday, just like, hey, everybody knows, you realize you kind of do the little nose nudge thing or whatever it is. That hey, everybody wink, wink. We all realize that the last day of school before the winter break, it's just kind of cashing it. Everybody's cashing it in. It is what it is. We don't have to make it so hard.
Your tests are done by then, right?
Done. I mean, everybody's done. Like, it's just one of those, like, in case the kids don't show up, you're making up. And even those makeup exams, I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure, like, when they do the makeup exams on the last day, they're probably easier versions of it, too.
It's always pajama day for us. There's times I have a Christmas Story pajamas, right?
Yeah.
Pink bunnies.
They came with a sequel on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, it did. It came. I haven't watched it yet, but anyway, I've worn this pink bunny outfit a couple times, and people laugh at it. But there was one teacher who was like, Easter bunny? And I was like, are you serious? You have no idea why I'm wearing a pink bunny?
Pull out the Red Ryder and just pop him right in the face.
Oh.
But yeah, like, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, and it just bothers me. I guess my big thing, like the big thing, you can just take it out to any sort of thing. It doesn't have to be the microcosm of holiday parties. Don't make stuff harder than it has to be.
I can't believe it. Like
Just
you
make
said,
it simple.
yeah.
Simple. Just
KISS, right?
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Like, I mean, just roll home, man. Like, we all want to go home. Like, I didn't make a cake under school. The state of Texas did. That's not on me. Like, just make it happen. Just make it, like, everybody just do whatever and get your stuff.
Dang you, Dr. Triviani.
Yeah, just come on, let it go. Not Dr. Sparkle. No, tight.
Oh, that's right. You're right. It's your Doctor. You're Doctor Stripey Tights right now.
Stripey tights there.
But they didn't know that. Oh my, what the heck! All right, so I'm gonna do this on my phone now. It didn't.
All right, guys, welcome back from the break, as we normally do. Here in the coming out of break, we have my awesome segment talking about what's going on in the world and what's kind of making me a little irritated. So we're gonna go and lead into our segment of what's Chappin, Choey's. So in the holidays, in the spirit of our happy Festivus episode, Secret Santas.
We didn't do that this year.
We did, and I've never. Not, I don't know if it's like not the spirit of the season or whatever, but Christmas as a whole kind of gives me anxiety because it's one of those things like that, especially at work. Because
you're one of those people like I gotta
when you
pay you back for how much I gotta spend the same amount of kind of money.
When you have a family, when you go to Christmas with your family, it's like moms, dads, aunts, uncles, nephews, cousins, whoever it is. Like oh, I gotta get something for that. You know who you gotta get for work. You know like who's coming, who's getting. It's like even exchange. But for Christmas, it's one of those things that like, okay, you're at work and maybe you've had more of an impact on somebody than they had on you or vice versa. Not saying that people don't have an impact on my life.
Did y'all set a limit? Like, hey, this is...
No, I've never done Secret Santa just for that sole purpose. Like, I don't want to get in the process and engage in it more than I have to at work. And so I've never done it. Like anytime you have sign up for Secret Santa, like it's been I'm good, thank you. And everybody understands, they respect that wish. Well, this year they made me the intermediary. So basically everybody had to give their Secret Santa sheet to me. And then they ever had to come to me to get the Secret Santa sheet for the person who they drew. But no, they didn't think the process through enough to give me the list of who else has what. So for about a week, I was stuck with like 6 sheets.
I'm trying to think of the...
And something like I know that nobody's like prepping to get the gifts for somebody because they have no idea what they're supposed to get them because they have like the sheet that tells them what to get is on my hand.
I was trying to think of the Seinfeld episode where George Costanza's like, he didn't want to spend money because it was cheap, and he was like, a donation has been made in your honor into the human fund. I was like, couldn't remember the name. And then they gave him that $20,000, and they're like, "Hey, just donate to the human fund." He's like, "What?" No, we did White Christmas, and I had a couple people ask me. Now this, it's not about being cheap for me; it's about being lazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to do it because then I gotta go to the store and I gotta buy something. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do it. No. And then actually, we did at the holiday party. We did they did the White Christmas part outside, and I guess like they brought a gift and they exchanged it. One of the teachers told me she bought like this portable speaker that I guess she found at like Five Below or something. Whatever it was, like it was really cheap.
Yeah.
But she's like, I really wanted this, and then someone took it. She's like,
buy another one.
What they gave her? She ended up whoever took it ended up giving it back to her. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you ever watched The Office.
No.
They did White Christmas on there, and one of the employees, Kevin, bought himself. He bought a foot bath, and he's like, I'm secretly hoping I get the foot bath. And he ended up taking the foot bath, and then later I was like, I wonder if I should have exchanged it for the iPod. It's like, wait a minute. No.
No, but the part that made me frustrated is somebody was like, well, hey, so-and-so's not getting their gifts. Like, cause it ended up spilling into like the first week, like the week that it was supposed to happen. And so like whoever was supposed to come get the sheets didn't.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's like, well, you need to go give them out. I'm like, I don't know who gets them. Like, well, who else is it? I felt anxiety because I'm like, I didn't want to put out like the announcement. Hey,
so they put you in charge, and but you weren't.
I was
you
like,
didn't-
I wasn't. I didn't volunteer. I was told, hey, just turn it. I saw, and this happened through an email. Say so and so, just make sure you turn in a Mr. So and so, and he'll distribute them. And I'm like, no, but, like,
the doc.
and so I'm like, well, no, let's. But I'm like, whatever. How hard can it be? Like, you give me a sheet and I give you one back. Well, no, it became really difficult for like a week and a half. I had all these sheets that people weren't picking up, so like somebody just dropped theirs off. They're like, my person so and so, and I didn't have their sheet. And I'm like, how is this even mathematically possible? That I keep gaining sheets.
You banging your head on the wall?
Well, I'm just like, dude, like somebody's gonna, and somehow they're gonna blame it on me, and I feel like they tried to. They're like, well, you didn't give out the sheets. I'm like, I don't know who they go to.
Did y'all have a holiday party?
No. But they ended up doing like their exchange like right at the end of the day.
The 16th, like the last Friday.
Yeah, like so after the kids like because we did early out, and so after the kids left, then they did it, and then they got all mad because I wanted to do a quick faculty meeting.
They egg your car.
No, it was like 2 minutes. Just tell them to unplug everything and get everything done. That was another thing that irritated me. Is like, why do I have to have a meeting to tell you to turn it off and unplug your stuff?
Now they send us emails.
I did.
I don't.
I still have a meeting.
But it's like when I gotta go in tomorrow, and after I do my stuff, that's what I'm gonna do is pull everything. Ugh, sorry. Hey. Pause.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second part of our episode 11, and we're going to go into what's Chappin, Choey's, and so, this one's. I'm sure some people are probably going to have a little bit of a differing opinion on this one, but it is what it is. It's not your segment; it's mine. So, oh yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, man.
May I say it again?
But it's the line that we feed the kids in high school of you have to do this or you have to do that, and you're not going to get into college and you're not going to be able to make anything of yourself. There's so much that I even believed of that because I mean, last time I experienced high school stuff before I became a high school administrator was when I was in high school myself 20 something years ago, 25 years ago now, I think.
We're getting close. I don't know. Is it 25 this year? It might be.
I think so.
It is this year.
But so 24 and a half years ago to be exact at this moment in time. But kids, I mean, just make sure you develop good habits and everything, and then you'll be fine as long as you get decent grades. You don't have to be the valedictorian or salutatorian. Now, depending upon what college, if you want to go to some big time school, maybe so. But I mean, shoot, we had kids that get accepted into like quality universities here in the San Antonio, Texas area, like, and they have like 2.5, 3.0 GPAs. Like, it's not even like some great high school GPA.
Are you referring to how you said your habits in high school, how you kind of learned to be
I fell off, but
not as productive or not as,
but like what I would have had, I don't even know.
Motivated?
Yeah, I mean, I would have had like a 3 something GPA, like a 3.5, 3.6, something like that GPA coming out of high school.
What's funny is what the GPAs when senior year started, and then what they look like when senior year ended.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had our parking spots based on our ranking.
Oh yeah.
And my parking spot was like 19 starting senior year. I think by the time the year ended, I was like 43.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things that, like, I do think, at least in American society, we put a lot of stress on these kids that they had to do. And I'm not saying slack off and don't do anything, but I mean, shoot, we had a kid that got into Incarnate Word recently, and their GPA wasn't the best ever. But I mean, they were showing up, doing what they're supposed to do as far as like getting assignments in. Like, even then, they weren't 100% great with that. Got in the Incarnate Word. I mean, so it's one of those things, like, you don't necessarily have to kill yourself and super stress yourself out. Because I see some of these kids. Now, granted, we have some that don't stress out.
Yeah.
But I see kids on the other flip side of that are stressing about everything, and I'm just like, dude, you're 16, 17, 18 years old. Like, God willing, you have a long life. You have 60, 70 more years to go.
I got you now. See, so you were talking about not just about like. See, I thought I was taking it as you were saying, like, develop good habits as you're leaving high school, going into college. Because we think about our first semester at UTSA was
very poor.
Yeah, almost worthless in a lot of ways. We didn't learn a whole lot.
Nope.
And we definitely weren't focused. But you're also talking about, like, not just doing that, but you're saying don't kill your... don't overkill yourself in high school.
Well, I mean,
worrying about things.
You really have to figure out what you're doing, because I mean, if you're wanting to be, Harvard Law, or I don't know what's the best medical school, Johns Hopkins or whatever.
I want a Harvard Law T-shirt, man. Like that's what I want for pajamas. Harvard Law.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if recognize what you want to do with your life, and kind of, you're not really shutting a whole lot of doors. I mean, think of how many lawyers there are in the United States, and how many of them actually went to Harvard Law. Like, it's not necessarily like to where you have to like beat yourself to a pulp if you get like an 80 on a test, and all of a sudden you freak out. Because I do see some kids that are freaking out. They're like, man, I got a B on this assignment or there.
I know what
it's just like, breathe, kid. Breathe.
We were talking about we went to a new place on Friday for happy hour.
Yeah.
And apparently they had a health grade of 79. And so a couple of teachers are like, we need to go somewhere. Oh, don't eat the food, right? Go somewhere else or whatever. It kind of caused a kerfuffle. But we joked, we're like, is 79 passing? Is that a degree? Like, no. And that reminded me, when I was in Illinois, someone used to be like what's a D? Like 70? Is that like a D?
60.
60 is a D?
Yeah.
So below 60. Well, I think that depends on
90 to for most, your typical one is like 90 to 100 is an A.
Yeah.
80 to 89 is a B. 70 to 79 is a C, and then 60 to 69 is a D.
See, in Illinois, it's 90 to 100 is A, 85 to 89 is B, 80 to 84 is C, right? And I think it's like 70 to 79 is D, and anything below 70 is considered F, right? But there always be like D equals degree, right? So yeah, you got 70 in your course. I mean, hopefully you're not a neurosurgeon, because then I don't have to worry about you.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you sit there and look, and like everyone's like, oh, we gotta get this, gotta pounding these kids and this stuff. Like, you think about it, like, so like in order to be a certified teacher or an administrator, you just have to get an 80.
Mm-hmm.
So that means 20% of the stuff that like people think that you should know, maybe I didn't know, and I still was able to get it. Like, you think about the test that you have to take in order to get anything, like a driver's license. You don't have to get a perfect score. There's not a lot of things you have to get an actual perfect score on in order to be like clear to do that. And yet we're just like, sounds good. Like, this is the minimum we'll let you do. So there's a lot of people driving around that don't know what certain signs mean, but they're still driving.
Oh, I hate people around the yield signs, because I'm like, what the heck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Do you know what yield means? Are you going to actually do it?
I'm like,
do I have to stop for you? Oh. But they might not even realize that sign's for us. It's crazy.
Well, I like the ones that are like, you yield to them and you stop, and then they slow down. And I'm like, I'm not moving. Like, I'm not like, they bought it. Now let's smack. Like, that's not my goal, is to have like a head-on collision with you today. My goal is to get to where I'm going. And I'm sitting here waiting for you to go while I have the yield sign that says I got to slow down for you. And now I'm stopped for a minute while you're trying to figure out if I'm going or not. Just go.
You're flat. Sometimes, obviously, if it's dark, I'm flashing the lights.
Yeah.
But there's times I'm like, I'm waving people on. You come. And they'll be like, no. They'll wave to me. I'm like, no. You. I don't trust you. You come out now. I'm not going to wait for you. But, all right. Is that all your Chappins?
That's all.
I'm going to hit the stop button right here so it's easier instead of splitting it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed part 2 with this Chappin Choey's A. I had a great time putting it together. Next week we got some new stuff coming on, still going on with the clip shows for a little bit longer. And then we'll be back to making new content here sooner than you realize. I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram at Choey and Jan. That's CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. Also can find us on Twitter at Choey and Jan, same spelling, or even on Facebook. We'll be coming out with new content soon. So again, look forward to seeing you in the future.